Hey everybody, welcome back to an all-new Geek World Order video. Randy here, and today we're coming to you with a different kind of video. Before we get into the video, of course, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. So let's get into the video today. Today we are doing a tag challenge. This tag was from the channel Teacup for One. And what he did on one of his recent videos was he took a look at some of his most desired Funko Pops. He created a hashtag for this, the Fantasy Funko Challenge. So I am taking part in this video. And during his video and his list, he did it in a bit of a different format. He did the top 5, but each one had a little bit of a challenge to them. So I decided to stick with these prompts, and it definitely made me think. I got to think outside the box and come up with some interesting choices for some Funko Pops that I'd like to see made. I'm actually going to do 2 versions of this video. This version is the 5 for specifically Disney, and then I'm going to do another version where I'm going to do a not Disney version maybe next week. So let's get into the list. So for the top 5 Funkos that I would like to see them Disney make specifically, the first one is a Pop Rides. So the Pop Rides, if you don't know, they are basically vehicles that come with a pop figure. You know, they're the exaggerated versions. I believe there's one for Smokey and the Bandit. It's got the Trans Am, and you've got the Bandit in there, and so those are the kind of things that the Funko Rides are. And what I would like to see for the Disney version of this, now I'm gonna go a little obscure here with a theme park one. I want the ride vehicle to Body Wars. I know, and you're thinking, that's an obscure one. It definitely is, but Body Wars at Epcot was absolutely my favorite ride as a kid. And I really, really wish that I really wish that ride hadn't closed down. I would have loved to experience it again as an adult. And so many great memories of that ride as a kid, and wow. Now the figure that would come with it, I think an easy go-to would be Mickey Mouse in the pilot's uniform, because let's face it, it's Disney. Mickey is the most popular character. He's the mascot of Disney. It's easy to put him in a different costume and really get some mileage out of him. So that's a great nostalgic pick. I think for a runner-up, I would pick the Ranger plane from Rescue Rangers. But there are so many things you could do with the Rescue Rangers that I think they haven't done yet. And we'll get back to that later. So the second prompt is complete the set. Basically for this is take a figure and look up a Funko Pop line that there's a figure missing from that. And it's like, alright, hey, Funko, y'all need to make this figure to complete the set. There's a couple here that could really take a good priority, but what I'm going to pick now, and I know a few people I've heard have picked the Sultan from Aladdin, a good pick, but for me, my favorite Disney movie of all time is Beauty and the Beast. So I actually have the complete set that they have so far, but they're missing one character. Actually, there's 2. You're missing LeFou, but they are also missing Maurice, Belle's dad, Maurice. And this is actually one you could do in a couple of options, because you could actually do it as a standalone figure. You could have Maurice by himself. You could also do it as a Funko ride, as one of those pop rides. You could have him on Philippe. So that's another option. I think there's some great things you could do with that. You know, but for the Beauty and the Beast line, they need Maurice. They need Maurice to complete the line. You could do it as a standalone figure, or you could do it as a pop ride with Philippe. So great options there. Another one that could complete the set is, which is one of those great things about having options, is that the next one is, the third prompt was Pop Towns. Basically, these are the building sets, like the clock tower from Back to the Future. Believe comes with, it's either Marty McFly or Doc Brown, one of those. That's, something like that. So what I'm going to pick, and this pick, and they come with an individual Pop figure, I am picking the Treehouse from Chip 'n Dale's Rescue Rangers, the headquarters. Why? Because then it will come with Gadget. And of course, my favorite character on that show. Because I know there are Pops for Chip and Dale. There's one for Monty that comes with Zipper. But we are missing my favorite member of the team. So for this, and it also as the opportunity to have the, the town set. You can have the treehouse. You can have that for the background, the collection. Or, once again, you could put Gadget into the complete the set as just an individual figure. Or you could put her as a ride with the Ranger Mobile. Or the Ranger plane. Wow. Once again, great character with so many options. That's the part I love about this. Funkos in general, there are so many things you could do with the Funkos. So many characters that have different costumes and different things. Just so many different options here. And so for the next one, the fourth prompt on this list is Cult Classics, and just as a common figure. So there's a number of Disney films that have smaller followings. Maybe they're not as highly rated, underrated classics. So, and earlier this year, I found myself watching one of these films for the first time, and I love it. I don't think the movie got a lot of, major critical fanfare when it first came out, but it's definitely, from what I understand in researching the film, it's definitely gotten a better, audience later in life, and that's Treasure Planet. When I first saw this movie, I was like, wow, this is actually a really good movie. It's a great take on the Treasure Island tale. It's set in space. It's got, sci-fi elements, so I love it. There's great characters in the movie, but the one I would want for this set, for the cult classic, is the villain of the film, John Silver. I thought he was a great character. Definitely was a great villain. There were some twists and turns with his story that really made him memorable, and he just sticks out in my mind as someone who's a great character, and I'm honestly surprised they haven't done more Pops from this movie. I believe there is one of the main character, and then some of the other side characters, but John Silver, he doesn't have a Pop, and I don't know why. So that's kind of a letdown there. So that's my choice for the cult classic. And so Pop Movie Moments is the fifth prompt. There are a number of these. There's one I know recently came out, or maybe it's been available for a little while. There's one of Aladdin. It's of the genie and Aladdin, and it's from when they're in the temple, and he's at the game show podium. And Genie's kind of describing his powers and what he can do. It's got the genie. It's got Aladdin in the Sultan outfit. At that game show podium thing, the Jeopardy kiosk. So moments like that, basically picking a moment from a film and depicting it in pop form. So what I want to do for that is, my pick for that comes from the movie Mulan, and it comes during the song "I'll Make a Man Out of You." And it comes toward the end. Of course, at the crescendo of that part of the movie, Mulan has been kicked out, told to go home, and decides to climb that pole and catch the arrow. And of course, at the end, she takes the arrow, throws it down as Shen is coming out of the tent, right in front of him, and Shen's like, oh, hey, cool. So what I'd like to see for that is, of course, a pop of Shen. You can have him on the ground with the little arrow. Do like maybe 2 little more statuesque kind of pops. Have one where Shen's in front of the tent with the arrow, and then you have the second one would be Mulan, where she's sitting on top of the pole and just kind of smirking down and like, haha, told you so. So that's my pick for the movie moment. So that has been 5 Funkos in the Fantasy Funko Challenge. And that'll do it for this video, and I'll see you next time, guys.